Tonight for dinner, we're having pepperoni pizza made with a sourdough discard pizza crust. In case you missed it, Applegate sent us a bunch of pepperoni because they saw our viral pepperoni and mozzarella cheese sourdough loaf. So we have a lot of pepperoni to use, and pepperoni pizza sounds amazing right now. I've never tried a sourdough discard pizza crust, but everyone raves about it, so we're gonna try that tonight. I'm using Jess Cooks recipe. I'll tag her down below. If you're not following her for sourdough discard recipes or any other recipes, you need to. That is where I get a lot of my discard recipes, and I love them. I'm gonna use my standing mixer with a dough hook. First, I'm gonna add 3 cups of bread flour. I'm just using my King Arthur bread flour that I use for my sourdough recipes. 1, 2, 3. 1 1/4 teaspoon of instant dry yeast, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar. Now I'm just gonna give that a good mix with a whisk since those are dry ingredients. I'm gonna add 200 grams of room temperature sourdough discard. Sourdough discard recipes like this are meant for people who have a sourdough starter, who make sourdough and save their discard and don't want to waste it. I always get questions on my sourdough discard videos. Why use sourdough discard? Why not just use active sourdough? Why not just make a regular pizza crust? I make sourdough. I make a lot of sourdough. I have a lot of sourdough discard because I don't want to waste it. So we need really good sourdough discard recipes so we can make yummy things like this so that we don't waste the discard and the good stuff. And yes, we are using instant yeast because that was discard. That's not active starter. So the yeast is going to help this rise. You can make this recipe with active starter, then the active starter will make this rise. You don't need the yeast. It'll just be a longer process so you can wait for this to like bulk ferment and to rise. Using discard and using yeast is a faster process. That's what I want. I have lots of discard, so that's what I'm doing. Hope that clears some things up and answers some questions before I get them in the comments. Now I'm gonna mix this on a low speed. Slowly add 3/4 cups of warm water and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is the cooking oil, not the finishing oil. I'm gonna bump this up to a medium speed until we get a shaggy dough. I have a shaggy dough now, and here's where you can take it out and hand knead it, or you can keep going with your standing mixer since I have this dough hook. I'm gonna keep going since I have the dough hook until I get the consistency that I need. I changed my mind. I do want to hand knead it for a little bit, so I'm just gonna transfer it to a floured surface and knead this for a little. You wanna get it to a consistency where it is not sticky and everything is obviously really well combined.